All right, let's jump right in. Today we're going to tackle something that drives so many businesses crazy: how to turn all those expensive ad clicks into actual real-world results. We're going to talk about how to stop your ad spend from feeling like a black hole and turn it into an engine for growth.
So let me ask you this, and be honest. Does this sound familiar? You're putting money into Google Ads, you're running meta campaigns, you see the clicks coming in, which feels good for a minute, but then you look at your actual sales, your real leads, and there's just nothing there. It's a super common and frustrating problem.
And yeah, that leads to this exact feeling. If you've ever thought to yourself, I'm just throwing money away, well, you are definitely not alone. So many business owners get to this point where digital advertising feels like this big, expensive myth because they just can't see the return.
Okay, so why does this happen? Let's get into it and really diagnose what's going on. We'll call it the empty click problem. And the good news is, it's not some big mystery. It's actually a symptom of a really specific issue in your strategy.
You know, it's so easy to blame the platforms, right? To say Google isn't working or Meta is just taking my money. But the truth is, these platforms are incredibly powerful. The problem, almost always, isn't the tool. It's how the tool is being used. It's all in how the campaigns are built and, this is the big one, how you're actually measuring success.
And this, right here, is the absolute heart of the issue. Your budget is just getting devoured by what we call empty traffic. These are clicks from people who, well, they aren't really interested, they're not ready to buy, maybe they're just kind of browsing. They click, you pay, and poof, they're gone. These are not real opportunities.
And that brings us to the most important shift in thinking you need to make. You have to stop chasing a high volume of clicks and start focusing on the intent behind every single click. I'm telling you, this one little change in perspective is the secret to making your ads finally work for you.
This slide lays it out perfectly. It's like we're looking at two completely different worlds of advertising. Over on the left, you've got the volume game. You're bidding on broad terms, sending everyone to your homepage, and getting these really vague emails. But on the right, that's the intent focus. Super specific keywords, dedicated landing pages built to convert, and leads that are actually qualified.
So let's look at a real-world example of what high intent actually looks like. Somebody typing "sell my house fast" in Birmingham isn't just window shopping. Think about the psychology there. They have a specific problem they need to sell. They have a specific location, Birmingham, and they have urgency, fast. This is a motivated person you absolutely want to talk to.
And here's the same principle, just in a totally different market. Investment property in Limassol. Again, look how specific it is. There's a clear goal, investment, and a clear location. This person knows what they're looking for, which makes them 1,000 times more valuable than someone just typing in "property for sale."
Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem, and we understand the difference between volume and intent. So now for the good part, the solution. Let's walk through a simple, actionable 3-step plan to start capturing these amazing high-intent leads.
It really just boils down to these 3 things. Seriously, that's it. First, you target the right people. Second, you send them to the right place. And third, you measure absolutely everything so you can keep getting better. So let's break each one of these down.
All right, step 1 is all about getting laser focused. You're going to stop wasting money on those broad, expensive keywords, and instead, you're going to put your budget behind those super specific phrases and audiences that signal real motivation. Remember, it's about quality, not quantity.
Now, for step 2, and this is so important, you should almost never send paid ad traffic to your website's homepage. Don't do it. Your homepage has too many buttons, too many distractions. Instead, you create a dedicated landing page with one single goal. On that page, you offer something of value, like a free guide or a consultation, and you ask a couple of quick qualifying questions to filter out the time wasters.
And finally, step 3. This is where you officially stop guessing. You start using tools like call tracking, so you know which ad made the phone ring. You use UTM links, so you know which campaign a web form came from. And you connect it all to your CRM, so you can track a lead all the way from that first click to a closed deal. This is how you find out exactly what's working.
So when you actually put these 3 steps together, something really amazing happens. Your whole approach to marketing just transforms. It stops feeling like you're at a casino, gambling your money away, and it starts feeling like a smart, predictable investment.
This slide just nails that transformation. You literally move from the column on the left, wasting money, getting vague inquiries, just watching your budget disappear, over to the column on the right,
A steady, predictable flow of qualified leads, having actual conversations with serious buyers, and seeing a measurable return on your ad spend.
And the ultimate goal, the holy grail, is this: 100% accountability. Imagine a world where every single pound or dollar you spend on advertising can be tracked directly to a qualified lead and then to a sale. No more throwing money into the dark and just hoping something good happens.
So we'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. Take a really hard, honest look at what you're doing right now with your advertising. Based on everything we just talked about, would you call it a gamble? Or is it a true, measurable investment in your company's future? The answer to that question will tell you exactly what you need to do next.